एफिशिएंसी देखी थी, ट्रांसफॉर्मर एफिशिएंसी, एंड हमने ये न्यूमेरिकल देखा था। 2 न्यूमेरिकल्स हो गए थे। ऑल डे एफिशिएंसी भी हमने देख लिया था। देखा था, नहीं देखा था? Had we discussed all day efficiency? यदि हो गया था तो हम फिर पोलैरिटी टेस्ट से स्टार्ट करते हैं। Is the screen visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is polarity test of transformer? Polarity test of transformer, significance of polarity test is that for parallel operation of transformers, the correct polarity connection should be there, otherwise there will not be sharing in as you wish. The distribution transformers need to work all the time and also need to supply at high demand. वॉल्यूम कितना किया? हाँ, वही मैं सोच रही थी कि मैंने वॉल्यूम कितना कर रखा है। अब आ रही है कि distribution transformers need to work all the time and also need to supply at high demand. Audible? अब आ रही है आवाज?
Yes, ma'am.
So we proceed further. Distribution transformers are working all the time for 24 hours and they have to supply high demand at peak times also. So we need the paralleling operation of two transformers, which is done to increase the power supplying capacity and system reliability. Because if any one transformer is out for maintenance purpose, then the other transformer will continue the supply. So the paralleling is performed by connecting the same polarity terminals of primary winding together. Similar procedure is done for secondary winding. If accidentally opposite polarities are connected, then it will result in deadly short circuit and eventually damage the transformer. So there can be two types of polarity, that is additive polarity and subtractive polarity. In the additive polarity, as the name suggests, the voltage VC between the primary side and the secondary side will be sum of both high voltage and low voltage. That is, VC will be VA plus VB, where VA is the primary voltage and VB is the secondary voltage. So for additive polarity, there will be addition of the voltages. Subtractive polarity, for this, the voltage between the primary side and secondary side will be difference of both high voltage and low voltage. That is, VC is equal to VA minus VB. In subtractive polarity, if VC is VA minus VB, then it is step down transformer because VA is our primary voltage and VB is secondary voltage. And if VC is VB minus VA, that means your secondary side voltage is higher as compared to the primary voltage, then it is a step up transformer. Okay. So additive and subtractive polarity are used for respectively small scale and large scale distribution transformers. So what is the procedure for polarity test of transformer? There are two transformers, single phase transformers, transformer 1, transformer 2. The primary windings are indicated as A and B for transformers. Then these are the bus bars, supply, and these are the bus bars at the secondary side. So you will connect the same terminal to the first bus bar, that is top terminal. Then here this bottom terminal and its bottom terminal both are connected to the second one of bus bar. So phase and neutral, suppose, so phase is connected here, then this phase is connected here. Okay, so these 2 points are common and they are connected to bus bar. Then these 2 points are connected and this is connected to the neutral. So it is a kind of parallel connection. Now here also you are connecting the top terminals of the two windings of secondary windings of transformer A and transformer B. Top terminal is connected and that is connected to the phase, and the lower terminal and lower terminal are connected and that is connected to neutral. This is proper paralleling operation. Now, improper or wrong connections of parallel operation which leads to dead short circuit are that you are connecting the top terminal to top terminal and you are connecting it to neutral. You are connecting this, means primary side is okay, that is you are connecting the terminals and connecting to bus bar, but the secondary side connections are wrong because you are connecting top terminal to bottom terminal to top terminal. So this is wrong. Primary side is correct, but secondary side is wrong. So it will lead to dead short circuit and it should be avoided. Now, for additive polarity, this VA, that is primary voltage, is plus minus and secondary voltage is minus plus. So when you connect the voltmeter across this and this, then this voltmeter VC will read sum of VA and VB. This is additive polarity. Okay, sum of the two voltages, that is primary voltage and secondary voltage. Subtractive polarity means same type of polarity is there, plus minus plus minus. So it will be difference of the two voltages, that is if it is primary minus secondary voltage, then it is a step down transformer because secondary voltage is lower as compared to primary voltage. And if you are subtracting VB minus VA, if it is reading VB minus VA, that means VB is higher and VA is lower. Okay. Now these are the transformer circuit diagram for conducting the polarity test. You are connecting the single phase supply to the auto transformer. Function of auto transformer is to give the variable supply from the fixed supply, and then output of auto transformer is connected to the primary winding. Then this is a voltmeter across the primary winding and this is a voltmeter across the secondary winding. This another voltmeter between this primary and secondary winding, and this is the other lead. So VC will read the either addition or difference of the two voltages. Now connect the circuit as shown with voltmeter across primary winding and voltmeter VB across the secondary winding. If available, take down the readings of the transformer and the turns ratio. Turns ratio is nothing but V2 by V1. If you are given the voltage ratio or turns ratio, you can have the which one is it, whether it is step up or step down transformer. Then we connect the voltmeter VC between primary and secondary windings. We apply some voltage to the primary side, and by checking the value in voltmeter VC, we can find whether it is a additive type of polarity or subtractive type of polarity. Okay. Then procedure for polarity test continued. If additive polarity, then VC should be showing sum of the two voltages. In subtractive polarity, it should be showing the difference of the two voltages. Be careful that the maximum measuring the voltage of voltmeter should be greater than sum of VA and VB. Otherwise, during additive polarity, sum will come across it. So rating of the voltmeter should be higher than the sum of the two voltages. If we require additive polarity but we have subtractive polarity, then we can simply change it by keeping any of the primary or secondary in the same fashion and reversing the winding connection of the other one. Because subtractive में क्या होगा, आपको प्लस माइनस इस तरह से करना है. So यदि आपका एडिटिव पोलैरिटी है तो ये माइनस प्लस है. सो आप कोई भी एक लीड को चेंज कर देंगे, सो आपके कनेक्शंस जो हो जाएंगे वो VA माइनस VB की तरह हो जाएंगे. If you change this one to this one, then it will be plus minus. Okay. And if you are available with subtractive and you need additive, then also the same procedure is that you exchange any one lead. प्राइमरी साइड को आप सेम रहने दो, प्लस माइनस चाहिए क्योंकि आपको सेकेंडरी साइड में माइनस प्लस चाहिए, इसलिए आप इसको बॉटम वाले को आप टॉप से कनेक्ट कर देंगे एंड टॉप वाले को बॉटम से कनेक्ट कर देंगे. ठीक है, कनेक्शन रिवर्स कर देंगे यहाँ पे. तो then what is magnetizing current? This is a new concept. or we have studied earlier. Magnetizing current. Magnetizing current is used to denote the current that flows in the primary of transformer when it is energized at specific voltage and frequency with secondary open circuited. That is, when no load is connected to the secondary winding, whatever is the current flowing, it can be ideally, it should be only magnetizing current. But practically, there is also a loss component. The no load current component has two components: loss component, that is active component, and reactive component, that is magnetizing current. Okay. So when no load are connected to secondary, then this current establishes the magnetic field in the core and furnishes energy for no load power losses in the core. It is also known as the exciting current because you are exciting the primary and secondary is kept open. So whatever is the current flowing, it is due to the excitation of the primary. Magnetizing current is used to set up the flux in the core of the transformer and not reflected into the load current because secondary is open, so I2 is 0. Having less magnetizing current improves the light load efficiency due to reduced core losses. Also, it reduces the reactive load and improves the power factor. IMU आपका less है तो आपका core losses कम होंगे, आपकी नो लोड या लाइट लोड पे एफिशिएंसी अच्छी रहेगी. It reduces the reactive load and improves the power factor. Your power factor is also better. Although known as magnetizing current, it is actually the combination of current required to magnetizing the core and current required to supply the losses. This is the practical case. That is sum of two components. That is loss component. Here inductance is shown. So इसमें से तो मैग्नेटाइजिंग करंट फ्लो होता है और इसमें से रेजिस्टेंस में से आपका लॉस कंपोनेंट फ्लो होता है. टोटल नो लोड करंट. आइडियल ट्रांसफार्मर में आपका ये वाला कंपोनेंट I2 कंपोनेंट रहेगा नहीं, सो मैग्नेटाइजिंग करंट ही रहेगा. Now, when transformer is switched on from primary side while keeping its secondary open, it acts like simple inductance circuit. So inductance property is that it will oppose the rate of change of current. When electrical power transformer runs normally, flux produced is in quadrature with the applied voltage. Applied voltage आपका यदि reference रहेगा तो उससे 90 डिग्री lagging रहेगा आपका flux. The flux wave will reach its maximum value pi by 2 angles later because वो उससे pi by 2 डिग्री lag कर रहा है flux, reaching the maximum value of voltage wave. वोल्टेज यदि 0 पे मैक्सिमम आया या वोल्टेज में वेव आपका 90 पे आया तो फ्लक्स वेव का मैक्सिमम कब आएगा 180 पे. एज पर द वेव शोन इन द फिगर, कुछ वॉइस में डिस्टरबेंस कैसे आ रहा है, नेट इशू है. So at the instant when voltage is 0, corresponding steady state value of flux should be negative maximum. But it is not practically possible to have flux the instant you switch on the supply to the transformer. This is because there will be no flux linked to the core prior to the switching of the supply. Supply या excitation देने के पहले आपका flux exist ही नहीं करेगा because current ही flow नहीं करेगा. Current flow नहीं करेगा तो flux flow नहीं करेगा. ठीक है. The steady state value of flux will not be reached instantaneously. Okay. Although it's very fast from our perspective, but it takes non-zero amount of time. The speed of this process depends on how fast the circuit can take energy. Because rate of energy transfer cannot be infinity, it is finite. So flux also will start from its zero value at the time of switching on the transformer. According to Faraday's law of EMI, voltage induced is E is equal to d phi by dt, where phi is the flux. So voltage यदि आपका Em sin omega t होता है, then flux will be integration of this voltage. Okay, so flux phi is the flux in the core. Flux will be the integral of voltage wave. So it can be calculated as, we can write E is equal to E sin omega t, that is equal to d phi by dt. So phi is equal to integration of voltage dt. E is the RMS value, you can take outside. So you will integrate with respect to dt and integration of sin omega t. You multiply and divide by omega. So you can write E upon omega, integration from 0 to pi, omega sin omega t dt. अब आप इस ओमेगा को dt के साथ में लिख सकते हो d omega t. So integration of sin omega t with respect to variable omega t, it is equal to minus cos omega t. So minus cos omega t, cos of pi is -1, cos of 0 is 1, so it is -2. -2 and minus sign is also outside this, so it becomes positive. So what is the integration? Answer, we get flux phi as 2 phi m over the complete cycle, where phi m is the maximum value of the steady state flux. Transformer core is generally saturated just above the maximum steady state value of the flux. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So phi m is the maximum value of the steady state flux. Transformer core is generally saturated just above the maximum value of steady state value of flux. But in our example, when we are switching the transformer, at maximum value of flux will jump to double its steady state maximum value, because what we are getting by integrated flux phi is 2 times phi m. So it is not saturating at phi m, but it is jumping to double of its steady state value phi m. After the steady state maximum value of flux, the core becomes saturated and current required to produce the rest of the flux will be very high. So primary will draw very high peak current from the source to develop this much value of flux, 2 phi m. So that inrush of current is called the magnetizing inrush current of the transformer to develop that high value of flux. The magnetizing inrush current is the current जिसका magnitude बहुत high होता है, 5 to 10 times the rated current, and it is only occurring in the starting few cycles for of the order of milliseconds. It is transient in nature, it is existing for few milliseconds, and it is drawn by transformer when we energize the transformer. That is when we are activating it, we are exciting it, we are giving the primary voltage. The inrush current can be up to 10 times higher than the normal rated current, because it is consisting of harmonic components along with the fundamental component. And harmonic component, as you know, has multiple of fundamental frequency. For example, second harmonic is 2 times 50 Hertz, that is, it will oscillate at 100 Hertz frequency. Third harmonic at 150 Hertz. So there will be 3 subcycles and so on. So although the magnitude of inrush current is so high, but it generally does not create any permanent fault. It is not equal to fault current. Fault current is of sinusoidal nature, which can be detected by the relay, and inrush current is just due to the switching of the transformer, and it is consisting of harmonic component. So there can be harmonic restraint relay to identify that this is the inrush current and it is non-sinusoidal of nature, it is distorted due to the presence of harmonics and it is not the fault current. But still inrush current in power transformer is the problem. For distribution transformer it is not the problem, but power transformer is of higher rating and therefore the current will be very high. 10 times of rated current means it will be very high value, and it will interfere with the operation of the communication circuits. So some effects of high inrush include the nuisance fuse or breaker interruptions, as well as arcing and failure of primary circuit components such as switches. High magnetizing inrush current in transformer also necessitate oversizing of the fuses or breakers. Another side effect of high inrush is injection of noise and distortion back into the mains. So this is a slight introduction to what is magnetizing current and how it is different from in fault current. What is its magnitude? What is its duration? It is of transient nature. It is existing for few milliseconds and it can distort and maloperate some switches and require the oversizing of fuses and circuit breakers for power transformer protection. डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ट्रांसफॉर्मर में इतनी प्रॉब्लम नहीं करेगा, पावर ट्रांसफॉर्मर में ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम करेगा बिकॉज इट इज एट ट्रांसमिशन साइड एंड इट इज क्रिएटिंग द प्रॉब्लम. Now, what are the harmonics in magnetizing current? As you can observe from this waveform, this is the fundamental component, red one, and this is the third harmonic, and addition of fundamental and this superposition of this fundamental and third harmonic is the distorted resultant wave. So it is a distorted wave. Harmonic is nothing but distortion in the waveform of voltage or current. Harmonic is nothing but having integral multiple of some reference wave, which is the fundamental wave. Harmonic wave increases what? Core and copper losses of transformer and hence reduces their efficiency. Core losses will increase because the losses are dependent on frequency and harmonics are having higher order frequencies. So core losses will increase and copper losses will increase because the waveform will be distorted and the current magnitude will be higher. It is 10 times of rated. So copper losses are increasing. So when these both types of losses are increasing, it is reducing the efficiency. So it also increases the dielectric stress on the insulation of transformer. In three-phase transformer, non-sinusoidal nature of magnetizing current produces the sinusoidal flux, which give rise to undesirable phenomena. Phase magnetizing current in transformer should contain third harmonics and higher harmonics necessary to produce a sinusoidal flux. If the phase voltage across each phase is to remain sinusoidal, then phase magnetizing current must be of the following form. Voltage आपका sinusoidal है, phase voltage जो है, but जो current आपका generate हुआ magnetizing current, that is consisting of harmonics. So how? IA naught, IB naught and IC naught. That is IA naught in phase A. The three currents are co-phase for third harmonic component. That is co-phase means they are having same phase and the fifth harmonic will have different phases. Observe this equation. Im sin omega t means fundamental component. I3m sin 3 omega t plus phi 3 means third harmonic component. I5m sin phi omega t plus phi 5, that is fifth harmonic component, and so on. So for phase B, it is lagging phase A by 120 degree. So it is I1m sin of omega t minus 120. Then here also you will subtract minus 120 In fifth harmonic component, you will subtract minus 120 and so on. Then in IC naught, you will subtract 240 degree because it is lagging B phase by 120, but it is lagging phase A by 240 degree. For balanced ABC sequence, we are talking about. For balanced case, this is 0, this is at minus 120 and IC naught is at minus 240. So we will subtract minus 240 from each term and write the equation 3. Clear? Is it clear what is harmonic in the current component? It is a cause of distortion, okay, in current waveform or voltage waveform, and it is having the frequency of higher order in integral multiple of 50 Hertz. Okay. Now BH curve, as you know, it is the effect of magnetic material, that is property of material. When H is 0, B is not 0, that is B is lagging behind H. For example, when we talk of electrical circuit, we say that inductor is having the current lagging behind the voltage by 90 degree. So voltage आपका reference होता है, current is lagging by that voltage by 90 degree. Okay. So here also, if voltage is this proportional to B and current is proportional to H, then your H is lagging behind B. So BH curve is curve characteristic of magnetic properties of. What happened? Any problem? So pH curve is a curve characteristic of magnetic properties of any material, element or alloy. It tells us how the material will respond to externally applied magnetic field, and it is information critical to us and necessary to us while designing the magnetic circuit of machine or transformer. In free space or non-magnetic material, this permeability mu naught is constant, that is 4 pi into 10 raised to power minus 7 Web per meter. And so the BH curve relationship is linear for the free space. B is equal to mu naught H. That is not varying, but it is not the case with the ferromagnetic materials because it is of having non-linear characteristic. The ferromagnetic materials are used in electric machines wherein BH curve relationship is strictly nonlinear in two respects, that is saturation and hysteresis. Hysteresis means lagging behind effect and saturation means it will become constant after some time. Whether you increase H, B will not increase and it will achieve the maximum value. That is called saturation, and the shape of the curve is nonlinear. This indicates the relative permeability mu r is equal to B upon mu naught H of material is not constant but it varies. The phenomena of lagging behind of B behind H in magnetic material is called magnetic hysteresis. The low coercivity reduces that energy loss associated with the hysteresis. Coercivity means coercive force क्या होता है? What that is the value of H in negative direction. Okay, that means you are decreasing H, and for a particular value of H in opposite direction, your B will be 0. When your B, when here you draw the complete this loop, then you obtain that when H is 0 at this point, B is not 0. This is called residual magnetism. And to make this residual magnetism 0, you will go for negative H, that is H in opposite direction. And after this, at particular value of minus H, your B will become 0. So this value of H is called the coercive force. So the low coercivity reduces the energy loss associated with the hysteresis, because when your H value is low, it is indicating the area of this loop is lower, and this area is lower means it is a narrow loop, and whenever it is a narrow loop, then there will be associated lower hysteresis losses. So the low energy loss during the hysteresis loop is the reason why you use the soft iron for transformer cores with narrow hysteresis loop. Okay. So this is the effect of nonlinear VH curve of magnetic core material. This we have discussed in detail in the magnetic materials. So here only outline is given to you. Then delta connection. In delta connection, complete triangle is formed, and there are three terminals as the three vertices of the triangle as A, B and C. Whatever is the phase voltage is same as the line voltage, but the current will be different for delta connection. That is, line current is not same as the phase current. Clear? So suppose this is phase A, it is having angle 0. Phase B will be having angle 120 degree, and this will be having angle 240 degree. So let IA naught, IB naught and IC naught represent the phase magnetizing current in the delta connection. And line current can be found by subtracting any two phase currents. For example, line current IAB naught, IAB naught. This will be nothing but difference of IA naught and IB naught. What is IA naught? IA naught current is the root 3 times I1M sine omega t plus 30 degree minus root 3 times I5M sine 5 omega t minus 30 degree plus 5 5. हमने हार्मोनिक्स के टर्म में रिप्रेजेंट करी थी इक्वेशंस 1 2 एंड 3, IA नॉट, IB नॉट एंड IC नॉट. उसमें हमारा प्राइमरी कंपोनेंट था, थर्ड हार्मोनिक कंपोनेंट था एंड फंडामेंटल कंपोनेंट, फिफ्थ हार्मोनिक कंपोनेंट था. सो थर्ड हार्मोनिक कंपोनेंट का फेज सेम था, IA नॉट हो, IB नॉट हो या IC नॉट हो. इसलिए जब हम सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे IB नॉट IA नॉट में से, तो थर्ड हार्मोनिक कंपोनेंट जो है वो डिलीट हो जाता है, कैंसिल आउट हो जाता है. तो हमारा कंपोनेंट कौन कौन सा बचता है? फंडामेंटल कंपोनेंट and the higher order harmonics components. So we are getting root 3 times, because line value of current will be root 3 times the phase value of current. These are the phase currents. So we write root 3 times what is the maximum value of fundamental component sine omega t, and there will be a shift of 30 degree for fundamental component. Fundamental में 30 ऐड किया तो जो फिफ्थ ऑर्डर था उसमें हमारा आ रहा था, जो भी एंगल था उसमें हम -30 कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, हाउ इट इज कमिंग, बिकॉज उसमें एंगल कितना आ रहा है वो हम देखते हैं. पहले कितना आ रहा था फिफ्थ हार्मोनिक में? फाइव ओमेगा टी प्लस 5 and in V naught it was 5 omega t minus 120. 5 times 120 means minus of 600 degree. Minus of 600 means it is 360. आप उसमें से सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो, कितना बचा? 360 सब्ट्रैक्ट किया तो 240 डिग्री, इट इज minus 240 डिग्री. okay. तो आप यहाँ सब्ट्रैक्ट कर रहे हो IA नॉट में से IB नॉट एंड रूट 3 टाइम्स उसको मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हो, हर कंपोनेंट में 30 डिग्री ऐड कर रहे हो. थर्ड हार्मोनिक कंपोनेंट तो कैंसिल आउट हो गया बिकॉज दे आर कोफेजल. थर्ड हार्मोनिक कंपोनेंट इज कैंसिल्ड आउट. okay, this I3M sin omega t plus phi 3 and this one, only this component is there. the third harmonic present in the phase magnetizing current of three-phase transformer is not present in the line current. फेज करंट में तो प्रेजेंट रहेंगे थर्ड हार्मोनिक कंपोनेंट, लेकिन लाइन करंट में लाइन में हार्मोनिक कंपोनेंट नहीं आएगा, थर्ड हार्मोनिक कंपोनेंट. So the third harmonic components are co-phasal and therefore cancel out in the line. The third harmonic components are flowing around the closed loop of delta. Phases में है लेकिन line में नहीं है. Delta connection allows sinusoidal flux and voltage with no third harmonic current in the transmission line. So this is the advantage of delta connection, that there is no third harmonic current in the transmission line. For this reason, majority of three-phase transformer has delta connected windings, and in places where it is not convenient to have third harmonic current required, where it is not convenient to have either primary or secondary in delta, then there will be a third winding called tertiary winding, which is delta connected. The tertiary winding will carry the circulating current. Third harmonic current required by the sinusoidal flux in each limb of the core. In delta connection, voltage acting around the closed delta. KVL will be applied across the closed path. So as we know that sum of the voltages is 0. So VA plus VB plus VC will be equal to, we are getting third harmonic components only and others are cancelled out. 3 V3M sine 3 omega t plus phi 3. So third harmonic voltage will circulate the third harmonic current around this loop of delta. Next is the star connection. In star connection, what is the phase current? It is same as the line current and voltages will be different. That is, line voltage is root 3 times this phase voltage. Okay. So if IA naught, IB naught and IC naught represent the phase current in star connection, then sum of these three currents, IA naught, IB naught and IC naught, is nothing but the neutral current. There is a neutral point also. In delta there was no neutral point, but for star connection there is a neutral point. So IN is the current in the neutral wire. So IA naught plus IB naught plus IC naught will be nothing but 3 times I3M sine 3 omega t plus phi 3. Okay. So the harmonic above the seventh can be neglected, and this equation shows that under balanced condition, current flowing in the neutral wire is a third harmonic current. The magnitude of third harmonic current is 3 times the magnitude of each third phase current. The third harmonic current produces inductive interference with the communication circuit. So if the supply to the star connection is 3 wire, neutral current must be 0 to avoid this inductive interference with the communication circuit. Because neutral में से आपका harmonic current flow हो रहा है, तो ये current की value 0 रहनी चाहिए to avoid the interference with the communication side. So I3M should be 0, and from this equation it is seen that third harmonic is not present in the line to line voltage of the star connection. This applies to all the triplet harmonics. Triplet harmonics means multiple of 3. Okay. 3, then into 3 means 9, then again 3 means 7 and so on. So it is seen that the 3-wire star connection suppresses the flow of harmonic and magnetizing current. For 4-wire star connected system, 4-wire star connected system, 3 wire तो आपके ABC हो गए और 4th wire कौन सा हुआ, न्यूट्रल का. So for 4-wire star connected system, the in-phase third harmonic current flow in the neutral wire. Similarly, the third balanced phase voltage containing the harmonics can be written as, what is VB phase voltage? VB, that is V1M fundamental component sine VB is lagging VA by 120 degree, so it is omega t minus 120 plus phi 1 dash. Third harmonic component, then fifth harmonic component. Then VC, you are subtracting again 120 from VB So it is minus 240 and here it is plus 240. These equations show that third harmonics in the three-phase voltage have the same phase. डेल्टा में करंट में आ रहा था आपका कोफेजल करंट्स आ रहे थे, चार में आपके वोल्टेजेस जो है उसमें आपके थर्ड हार्मोनिक कंपोनेंट जो है दैट इज कोफेजल. So the third harmonics in the three-phase voltage have the same phase. So the line voltage in star connection is obtained by difference of two phase voltages. That is VAB is nothing but difference of voltage VA and VB. That is VA minus VB. So VA minus VB will be VAB is line value is root 3 times the phase value. So whatever is here, it is multiplied by root 3. Is it clear? If it is not clear, you can refer the books and notes I will provide to you today. So whether we will be able to, we will do this in next class. We will take the attendance. I will share this. Is it clear? But today it is not, timetable is not updated in on my ERP. Yeah, it is showing B section class at 10:30. It's not updated. I will take an Excel sheet only. Here is it. So Raghav,
Present, ma'am.